highly anticipated.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
At least I was. This has been huge, man.
Fuck yeah.
This is awesome for me. You know, growing up watching your shit, full circle kind of moment.
It's wild, man.
Yeah. Do you have any like, I don't know, has like the same thing happened to you when you were coming up and everything? I'm sure like in every way already.
Yeah, I can tell you the first one for me was Chris Jones. Like that was for me. It was. It's weird. It's like I watch y'all too, so it's like
yeah, I'm sure. I mean? Yeah, that's
like,
tough.
I see y'all's content and crack up at it, and so kind of look forward to it.
Thanks.
You know, so it's I don't know. How does it feel like? I think everything is happening quick for y'all.
It is
quick, right?
Like my timeline of everything is just like scrambled.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what I did. Like it's hard to remember what I do and how much I've done. Like because we're just moving so fast. Sometimes it's like I just want to have like a week back at my normal routine. Like my normal routine being just like the gym, my go-to gym. Sometimes just like take a deep breath and like see everything, like see where I'm at right now. Because sometimes when you just go, you don't even get to appreciate like, oh, I just did that. I just did this, you know? And I'm sure you could probably relate to that.
It only gets worse.
Yeah.
You don't like, bro, being present and stuff is like the hardest, it's the hardest thing to do.
You like lose it, right?
I think it's like human nature. And like as men, we just want to keep on just like trucking on. And I feel lost if I'm not like working towards something.
Yeah.
And, but it's weird. As soon as you get like the YouTube plaque or whatever it is, like you just kind of, okay, well, that was anticlimactic.
Yeah,
it's kind of like playing video games, you know? Like when you finally like unlock a character or something that you've like always like, that you're working hard towards. Instantly, you're just like, all right, well, now what? You know?
I agree. I was just mentioning that. It's like, I always wanted as a kid, like to have one of those plaques because I used to see the creators get like the 100K silver buttons. I was like, I'm going to get that one day. And then I got the million plaque in and it was like, cool. Like it wasn't as exciting as I thought it would be, but at the same time it's like once you hit that goal, now it's on to 10 mil, you know what I'm saying? Which that will probably, you know, that might not ever happen, but once you hit a goal, like for you accomplished some crazy goals. How do you keep pushing with all the stuff you did? How do you keep going?
I think it's like no matter what I've done in the past, we were kind of talking about this during the workout, but it's almost like in my real-time day, what I've done in the past really doesn't matter. It's like whatever I'm working on now, whatever I'm doing now, or whatever the situation is now is kind of like how that overrides any like previous accomplishment or whatever. Yeah. So it's like if I'm having a great, you know, run or something or a great day or something, it's like, I don't know, it's not really dependent on the past, but it's just like new levels, I guess. Kind of, it's almost like you unlock these like, you're capable of this kind of stress level in this like business scenario, and then you kind of get more and more under your belt as you kind of continue on over the years and stuff. And then it's almost just like, elevated scenarios that maybe like 5 years ago, that same scenario would just like be a whole ordeal. This would be like a month-long process or like struggle or like thing, like big learning lesson. But then when a similar scenario comes up years later, it's like, oh, that's just an easy decision. Yeah. So it's like it all kind of just acclimates, like really crazy.
No, like your capacity, like your just like mental, like I don't know, like your work capacity on like what you got to focus on and knock out. Like just you start to like build it.
It gets easier.
Yeah, it gets easier. Like I remember, like I don't know, like certain simple things like a year ago for me, I would have stressed out about, you know. And now it's just like I just do it, and it's like I don't even notice anymore. And then like we just add more and more to your plate, and you just get, I don't know, big enough to eat the plate and finish the plate every time. You know, like
so you're always hungry enough to eat the plate if you really just like kind of keep going.
Right, and the plate only gets bigger, right? So it's got to. That's what I mean, like by capacity. Like you just build more endurance, basically, and you just I don't know.
It's like when you're in the gym, you kind of like after those noob gains, you know, it's like you just adapt.
Yeah,
to like being able to take on more stimulus, you know?
Yeah. That's a good point. You want to go ahead and introduce them for audio?
So for the audio listeners, we got a big special guest right now today. We're in Houston, Texas right now, in Alpha Land with the man himself, Christian Guzman.
What's up?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Owner of Alphalete, Alpha Land, 3D. What other business do you have?
Summer Shredding.
Summer Shredding. There you go. Oh yeah. You want to tell the maybe the audio listeners kind of a little bit about yourself. That you don't have to get too deep into it. Just like how you would sum what you've done or what you would consider yourself so far.
College dropout. I start there.
Love that.
At 19 years old, that was my second year in school. That's when I picked up a camera. I didn't really fit into the school I was going to. It was a big like fraternity school at TCU in Fort Worth, but I didn't like join the fraternity. And I wasn't an athlete, so I was like the 9% of students that weren't really categorized in one of those two things. So then I was watching like a bunch of Greg Plitt, a bunch of OG YouTubers like Matt August, Chris Jones, Physiques of Greatness, and started vlogging. Pretty much with like nutrition tips, workout tips. Like I would make videos solely on like bicep form for like 2 exercises or something, you know?
Yeah.
And what supplements I would pick up from the store would be a whole YouTube video. And started making those, gained a few thousand subscribers, which to me was like, you know, when I hit 2,000 subs, I was probably more over the moon than like any accomplishment ever.
Yeah.
It's and since then it's just been a wild ride of just, you know, continuing on YouTube. That's always been my main platform. Started Alphalete in 2015 because I originally was just making merch, like Christian Guzman Fitness merch, and then that evolved into a brand. And then I only made clothes so I could save money to start a gym. So that was like my way of making money because I just wanted to own a gym.
Yeah.
And so in 2014, I opened my first gym. It failed, went terrible, but reopened in 2016 with a few employees this time and kind of with more, I guess, I was a little bit older. I was like 22 or 20, something like that, 23.
That's young.
Yeah, I was very young, very young. And I guess I would sum it up like when I was younger, I was really go. And I didn't really care about like, you know, if I had to sacrifice, even now, like sacrifice whatever I have to do, sleep, my whatever, to kind of keep on going, keep capital, and keep like, you know, along my journey. So
I don't know if I ever heard that the failed gym story. What happened with that?
Yeah, what's failure look like, and how do you bounce out of that?
Wait, everybody knows your
You know.
success. I want to hear about the failure.
yeah, so the first gym was 900 square feet of a warehouse, and then it had, I think, 500 square feet of office up front. It was like just a little unit, and I got it because I kept getting kicked out of all the gyms here. Like here in Houston, every single gym around like a 10, 15 mile radius that I would go to, I got a membership at. I would milk it and hide my camera as long as I could. But then as soon as like staff picked up that I was filming, they're like, hey, this is like 2012, 2013. I mean, it was like really like, hey, I can't be on video. It wasn't like a tripod in the gym kind of time.
Wow.
Yeah.
So with that, I opened this little gym, and I thought that I would just like have a lockbox up front and, you know, let my friends come in for $20 a month. And I thought the business would grow. And I had no business plan like at all. So I made these flyers on,
like YOLO'd it?
Yeah, YOLO'd it, $20, I made up $20 a month. I, you know, opened the doors, and then pretty much like 6 to 7 months in, I think I had at maximum like 35 to 36 memberships, like people signed up. Right. But every month I would run the card because there were so many of my friends, and they were like all my age group pretty much. Yeah. Literally 70% would get declined every month. So I have to make the calls myself. Hey bro, like, you know that $20? Like, just get me when you can. And it really was like, there was no consistent income really coming in there other than like maybe $1,000 a month or something. Not even that. So pretty much I was just keeping the gym open from my apparel sales, my merch sales, and my online training. That was like my first sort of revenue generating thing, was online coaching. And so eventually I shut the doors down because I had that lockbox, and though people weren't paying the memberships, they would sneak their friends in, start taking the pre-workout, you know, and I didn't have like crazy cameras or anything. I would just notice like, hey, why is my C4 gone? Why is my Ghost, you know, why are all my supplements gone? And shirts are going missing, and like my things are going missing. Right. Can't roll like this anymore. So I shut it down to the public. And I kept it just for myself to film in for a bit. And it wasn't until, and then I just really focused on Alphalete and launching that company, and kind of put the gym on the back burner for a bit until 2016 when I got a bigger space. I gave it another go. And we probably started profiting technically in like 2018, maybe 2017, 2018. So it's like the gym really didn't see any success. And even in 20, it was like barely any kind of profit. But it's always just been like the passion thing for me. I've always wanted to have I've always wanted to have the most badass gym in the area.
Right.
You know,
this gym was before the Alphalete gym, right? Your
Yeah.
other one.
Yeah.
And what was that one called?
CG Fitness. I just
CG
brought
Fitness.
every brand, every whatever. I just put CG Fitness on it.
There you go.
On the shirts, on the gym, on
remember
my
that shit.
wristbands. I was like rocking it, man, until I died.
That's what's up.
That was real. No, but what does that look like? Like it's not successful for years, right? You know, like not successful, but I guess you weren't like making any like you weren't profiting, like you said. Like how do you I don't know. I feel like a lot of people give up somewhere in between that. And like you just kept pushing, and yeah, like this is what you want, like obviously, but like how bad was it, like to the point where like what level was it?
You know what's
of, like,
wild,
you not
bro?
profiting?
I don't know if I've ever really given this kind of angle on it, but like I said, when I hit 2,000 subs, I was on top of the world, bro. Like I was talking on my channel, like guys, like because of your support, like it really, I felt like, you know, I had an army behind me.
Yeah.
Right. And back, like, I mean, I didn't know there was no like contracts with supplement company. There was no like there's none of that kind of happening. So when the gym was failing, it was because I still had my online training and I wasn't going under. I was still making money on the side. So it was like, damn, I probably should have thought my business plan out a little more, but I was still like over the moon excited overall and just like pumped up and like, if anything, just super motivated to keep on making videos and keep on like growing my, you know, at that time, like Alphalete I was, you know, starting working on that company. So it was like, it didn't feel like such an L, I guess. Like it definitely sucked, but I was almost so young and naive that like, it really didn't affect me that much. And so I was like, I'll just try again in a few years.
It's probably a good thing, honestly, that you were just so young. Like honestly, like you just like invincible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You feel like
you
you're
had all
invincible.
the energy in the world. You were still so motivated, obviously dedicated, you know, and that stuff just came from just waking up in the morning. You're like, fuck, let's go. Because you said you're like 22?
Bro, I mean, I was 19 when I started the channel. So I was 21 when I started the gym.
Yeah.
21-year-old, didn't know what the hell I was doing. But like, I think that blind confidence kind of like, I attribute pretty much all of my success to that young CG, you know? And I think I just have like my parents to kind of thank for that a lot, because it was actually my mom's idea. She goes, Poppy, why don't you open your own gym? Screw these gyms. I'm like, You're right, Mom. You're right. Let's go drive around. And then we literally drove around with my parents, like around, because they live right here down the road. And we're like, what about that spot? And literally, that's where I got the spot.
Oh, shit.
Shout out, Mom.
Yeah.
Shout out, Mom.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
seriously.
And then my dad, with my first, like the first money that started coming in ever for me was the online coaching. And so, but I didn't even think to charge anything. I was making my videos and people were emailing me questions. You know, this is back when my outro was like, all right, guys, if you have any questions, email them to christianmusonfitness@yahoo.com.
That's crazy. You
Yeah.
plug your
Plug it in his email.
That's wild.
Yeah, but that was like, there was no DMs and shit. So
That's
like,
true.
that was the way. So, yeah, I sound ancient, huh?
Yeah.
But
I know it sounds old, but it's really not.
it's only
though.
10 years. Yeah. But so back then I would get a ton of emails pretty much of people asking like, you know, hey, can you help me with my meal plan, or I can't lose weight, whatever that was.
Yeah.
And I was still in school. So I'd be in the back of the classroom. This is where my grades started just like plummeting, because I just started paying. I was like, I'm doing my passion full time. And I was just answering emails. But my dad was like, son, you should like charge for this. You know, you could probably charge like $50 or something. So I charged $50. I was like, you know what? Hey, here's a brief answer to your email. If you want more in depth if you want to work with me on one-on-one, I'm now offering, you know, a custom meal plan, workout plan, or the next level for like $179 for 8 weeks. You can have 24 access to me. If I don't respond in 24 hours, I'll give you your money back. And bro, like that was my thing. If I don't respond to you in 24 hours at any moment, like, and you have my phone number, everything, you can call me anytime. Like that was the whole business. And like, so he was the one that told me to get the little card swiper into my phone and start taking credit cards, man.
Yeah.
And so without like my dad kind of instilling, hey, you can actually make money from this. You don't have to just do it all for free. Because if it were up to me, I would have probably still been doing stuff for free.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Do you getting phone calls all the time then?
I still get a few, yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit.
But it's cool because I the first like 100 clients, I literally, if I see like the last day, I kind of remember, you know. But no, not too many anymore.
Not anymore, but like then when like that was your main thing,
was
you're probably on the phone all day long.
Oh, all day long. And then I was like, yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, but back then, 2,000 subscribers was like a lot.
That is a lot.
It's very different because it's so, I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's a lot easier to acquire them because you were pushing straight long form videos, correct?
Yeah, there was no short form.
Yeah, that's all it
just
was,
long
really.
form.
But yeah, so what was the point where you kind of went full time with it? So was it the business that took over, Alphalete? Was it the gym, or was it like YouTube?
It was actually the coaching and YouTube.
Gotcha.
So with the coaching, I got up to making like pretty good money a month, and I was still in school. So with my shitty ass grades now, I was making good grades until I started offering the coaching. And I had a little notebook, funny enough, with the Gymshark sticker on it on the front. I was like, all right, here's my motivation, you know? And I would log all my daily sales, how many customers I got that day total, you know, and I would add it up every month. And in school, I remember it was like second year, so sophomore year, summer. That's when I had like 5 months of consistent, like high sales. So at that point, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna call the parents. I'm gonna fucking tell them, right? And so I call them, like, Mom, Dad, I've got proof now that this is, I don't need any help. You know, I don't need you to pay for the school. I can be on my own. Like, I'm good. I've got this history, 5 months straight of good numbers. And my dad was like, yeah, go do your business, son. Go. School's always going to be there. But my mom cried her eyes out for like weeks and was just like, you're making a huge mistake. Well, you know, and rightfully so, man. I mean, our parents worked so hard to get us to that point. So, and that's where I kind of, for the first time ever, sort of, like, I never had detention growing up. I was never in trouble. I was always just like really listening to my parents and stuff. Yeah. So that was the first time I kind of had to say, I'm sorry. I'm going to do what I think is, you know, because I have proof. Yeah. So I think that was the kind of a pivotal point, because that's when I dropped out, and that's when I went full time, is after 5 months of coaching. And while the coaching was doing just as well, it was directly correlated to the YouTube. So if I was pumping out vlogs, pumping out content, then sales were good. So it's like, okay, I'm just gonna literally go all in. Gymshark had reached out at that point, or I got their attention, so they wanted to sponsor me and take me to like some expos and stuff. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm about to be part of the team. You know?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
How was like getting signed with them, like all the way back then? Like, how did all that work?
So back then, there was like the first wave of athletes, like the Matt Ogus, Lex, Jeff Sy, like that first era. Yeah. And then I was watching all those guys on YouTube like religiously, right? Yeah. And so I would order from their launch, like their new stringers and stuff. It'd take like forever to get from the UK to the US. But I remember back then I ordered a yellow stringer with the blue words, but I was so no one really wore stringers yet here in the U.S. Yep. It was all, so I wore a wife beater underneath my stringer, and I took pictures and stuff, and I put like the Instagram filter, you know, on them, and I would post, got my Gymshark today. Hell yeah. You know, and so after like 3 or 4 of those like posts, they finally like, hey, we'll send you some free product, and then from there, kind of opened the door to, you know, I would do photo shoots like locally, and I would send them photos, and of the pieces they would send me, I would do like a YouTube review. There was no like payment transaction. I just got the free clothes, and I was like, holy, I knew that was kind of my way in. Yeah. And so, yeah, honestly, like nothing, it's crazy because nothing is really changing from like nowadays in that sense. It's like it's still, you get the brand's attention, you hope you do some organic content for them, and then like you kind of build that relationship before you bring the money conversation in.
That's true.
No, hell yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. I yawned, then I forgot what I was gonna ask. I had something like,
Bro, it's that heat.
Yeah,
We're like lightheaded as hell.
It's his workout he put us through. No, the Texas heat is real. It reminds me a lot of Louisiana. I feel like Jersey's not this. It's not
as
hot.
humid and hot. Like it's humid and hot, but it doesn't get this hot and this humid. Like it's definitely like it's double kill here, man.
With everything you got going on, do you travel a lot?
Yeah, bro. I think in 2023 I traveled like, I kind of have different time frames. So like if I really need to like get my feet glued down here in Houston, like work on Alphalete for a chunk of time, or if I need to like last year in 23 I was trying to go for a pro card, and I did a video like every other day for like a whole run.
Right.
So I did like, that was a huge travel year, so I wanted to just optimize like every collab I could kind of like link up, every opportunity. I was like 2023 was like my year to do that. So I think I traveled like 130 days last year, 140 days, which was like a lot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's hard. It's hard to stay to a routine. So you were did you compete last year?
Yeah, twice.
And so you were traveling and like
Prepping.
On prep.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy. That's dedication, because like it's so hard to get in a routine, especially with traveling. I mean, I tried my best, but how'd you manage that? Like, were you meal prepping and bringing it with you, or how's that work?
No, it's almost like, this might be a very like weird angle, but with everything that is here in Houston for me, it's like I've kind of built everything around here. So you may think like, oh, this is like the most peaceful, like get in my routine kind of area. But the truth is, like, with how much chaos I was going through with work last year, it was almost more, I was more able to focus on my videos and be in the zone more, and kind of like be in that mental state of like, all right, I'm here without like being here. So I would be like better at vlogging. I'd be more excited to film, more like on prep and stuff when I was actually like away. and it was, nice. It's a weird thing to say, but like, I guess when I come to the gym, it's like, it's not just the gym for me. It's like, okay, all my employees are here, all my staff is here, my managers are here. So it's like, it's kind of all in one encompassing kind of, for me going to Alphalete is different than everyone else going to Alphalete.
Correct.
So it was kind of nice to travel a lot and sort of dedicate time to almost like go hide away in a hermit crab life and kind of like live this like bodybuilder, prep life.
Do you get like sensory overload with just like everything hitting you? Like sometimes you just need peace.
It can be hard to, it could just be hard. Sensory overload for sure. I think I'm pretty good at it, but I kind of like how I said, I sacrifice like my own, like I'm the first, like if there's anything that I'm gonna let go, it's okay, whatever, sleep, it'll be, you kind of sacrifice yourself first for like the betterment or for like the bigger vision. But I'm getting better at that now and like prioritizing myself more. But what was the question? I'm floating, bro.
No, you're good. That workout. You're good. I don't even know.
Sensory overload.
Yeah, sensory overload.
Yeah.
Especially when you're here.
When I'm here, 100%.
Because there's just so many moving parts, and then everyone is like rely on you to answer like maybe specific questions, and like they go to you. You're the man. I can imagine, like, you got people coming from all different angles.
I think in 2020, at the end of 2022, like every 6 months, end of the year, and then every summer, we have like adjustments to our team, our work structure, job positions, and all this kind of stuff. So it's almost like every 6 months you kind of adjust based on where things are going. And in 2022, at the end of the year, I had 23 direct reports. So that means 23 people were directly reporting to me on paper, which made me the shittiest manager ever. Yeah. Because I was just way, way, way too spread thin. I had no like work structure. And pretty much just like I sensory overloaded the hell out of myself to just try to like, it's almost like I was putting Band-Aids on the bigger problem.
Yeah.
Instead of like investing into like more experienced people, giving them like full, responsibility, letting them manage teams underneath them. So I'm getting better at having less people come directly to me. But it's definitely like, it's weird because like you want to be so, like I want to say anyone can come to me. Like in real life, it's like, yeah, what's up, you know? But in the work structure, corporate life, it's that can't, by doing and being the nice guy and just like, because naturally, like I want to be that guy. I want to have relationships with my people and I value that and stuff. But it's like you have to, at a certain point, like, I need you to talk to that person, or I need you to talk to this person. So, I'm getting better at it. Definitely.
You're only one brain, man. You're only one brain. You know, you can only handle so much.
Yeah.
Whether it's like emotion, stress, all this shit, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of people rely on you, so I can imagine.
You feel like that's because you wanted to be involved in every piece and you didn't want to like delegate too much?
It's almost like this cycle of like, I wouldn't say that I'm not a control freak. It's just I've always had issues like, I don't know. I've never had a job. Like my first job, I was a guitar instructor when I was a teenager. Like on my own, I would drive to students' houses, and then after that, it was online coaching. Nice. So I've never like worked in a company, or I've never like kind of been a manager or anything. So like for me, like even having my first employee was like new territory, bro. I'm like, okay, we're gonna figure this out. You know,
we're gonna figure this out together.
And then after you like have your buddy, it's like that employee ends up becoming your buddy, and then like then you kind of need another employee, and then it's like, okay, I'm gonna do like these things. You tackle that part of the business. Yeah. You're gonna come in and you're gonna be responsible for like this stuff, and then it's almost like it was literally just that for years. And then the team was very small, like tiny, all the way up until like very recently. Like even our biggest years ever with Alphalete and stuff were tiny teams, like under 10 people kind of vibe. Like if you don't include the warehouse and like the packaging and all that, if you're just looking at like I just got our design team like last year. Damn. You know what I mean? Like I was doing all the and I think I just didn't really know how to. I don't know. Things were moving so fast, and I was trying to stay on my YouTube and stay on everything. So I just kind of did it with a good assistant, and like, just kind of tackled it, man. I don't want to make it sound like I did it by myself by any means, but like, it definitely was like, it's wild, bro. Like every year that goes by, you just wish you could almost go back and like. You could do it so much better now. Yeah. I knew I could do all of everything I did so much better, but you can't think that way. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's good.
Or else you just go nuts.
No, this is me when I just film a video an hour before and I'm on my way home. Like, I fucking could have made that better. You know, like sometimes I'm just like, thinking of jokes I could have mentioned in the video, and just like, it's like an instant thing sometimes too, where you're just like, shit. But obviously, when you're looking back at like, where you were a year ago, I'd hope you'd have that mentality, like that's like the goal for everyone, right? Mm-hmm. To be able to be like, I could beat that version of myself, What's
interesting is I feel the peak of everything for me, like the peak the peak workload, the peak like, okay, this is my breaking point, was definitely like getting this place open. And that was like breaking point 1. And for me, breaking point 2 was honestly like pretty much right when we opened. I was like, oh, thank God we're open. But then I was like, oh shit, I got to get Alphalete fucking, put my attention back there. So all of 2022 was, that was our biggest year ever, but also like, that's when I really like pushed my limit real hard. Wouldn't want to necessarily do what I did again, but I feel like that year really like fast forwarded my expertise in a lot of things. So it's kind of like by pushing that hard and needing to get shit done, like it leveled me up in my decision making, my hiring process, how much like I give responsibility to and now I'm a lot more like quick to make decisions instead of like kind of try to really, dabble with stuff and let me sit on it for a bit. Let me
overthinking everything.
Overthinking everything
or something. Yeah.
That's more. It's like it wasn't so much control. It's more so I overthought everything, bro.
Yep.
Yeah.
Every single T-shirt, every color palette, I would do the quantities for this collection, and I'd go back and adjust it 10 times.
Yeah.
Just overthinking everything, as opposed to now it's a lot more okay, I know what I've done. I know it's worked here. What do you suggest from an employee? Let me look at it. Boom, sign off, move on. So it's a lot more decisive.
Yeah.
It's good.
Nice.
Probably feels a lot better.
Yeah, it's better. I'm not a confrontational person, so it's definitely a thing I'm still working on to nip something as soon as I see it, instead of my natural instinct is, let me think on it for a bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's every single day I'm just fuck, just say it now, get it over with.
That's true.
But then you think that you're being impulsive. Then you're am I being impulsive?
Am I not thinking things through?
Exactly. Am I just irresponsibly just trying to get it out of my, that's where I struggle too, because I overthink stupid shit. And I'm what are you doing, dude?
My outfit for the day, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I change 3 times I used to change. So it's stupid shit like that, but it's almost I don't know. I feel way more at peace, way more calm, the more decisive I'm getting. But also, like you said, it's a good balance. So there's no perfect pendulum of living, I guess.
Yeah.
So coming up with the name Alphalete, was that just a play on athlete and combining it with alpha? How you came up with that?
Yeah, it was. I thought it was the cheesiest name ever at first, bro. I go Alphalete. That sounds so
douchey.
Alphalete, But
Alphalete.
Yeah, it was literally because I got my husky Nala in college.
Nice.
And she looked like a wolf. Mm-hmm. I was highly contemplating getting a wolf dog, but I was in a college apartment and you need 12-foot fences. So I was that's not going to happen. So I went for the husky. Just modeled it after the wolf, alpha, whatever, and then athlete. Right. Even though I'm not even an athlete whatsoever, I'm just a gym bro, man.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask. You played any sports growing up?
Sucked at all of them, to be honest. I was
Straight sucked at all of them.
Yeah, I played 8th grade basketball, B team, power forward, but that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, y'all could, relate on that.
Funny, that's
He's
funny,
not an athlete at all.
No, I'm actually.
You should see this dude shoot a basketball.
Okay. I was playing the other day at my boy's back. He had a basketball hoop in the backyard.
Yep.
I was sinking them.
I doubt it.
Yeah,
he's lying. Don't.
No, I double-handed. I can touch rim.
Don't lie to the audience.
Jump. I can sprint. Probably
you
faster
cannot
than
jump
you.
a rim. You cannot touch a rim.
Absolutely, I got hops.
We were doing it at the YoungLa gym.
Okay, well that thing is 11 feet.
Yeah.
And I think I probably was my legs were tight or something.
I've dunked twice.
Have you?
You dunked a ball?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
yeah.
Like a jelly ball, one of those ones you can.
I've dunked twice, and both times I've done it, they were totally different years, and both times I was what the fuck? I just dunked it.
How did I do that?
I couldn't repeat it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it on camera?
It was not on camera. Nope.
Weird.
Yeah, weird.
Video a lot of things. Weird. I'm just messing.
Yeah.
But no, I like to mess with him about that. But yeah, that's in a.
I feel like I'm talking so much.
No, you're good. That's what we like. But in high school, you then you said.
I was terrible at sports, but I actually freshman year of high school, I met my best friends who were a year older, and so they were really one guy's name is Jordan, who was in high school. I said I was a guitar teacher, but I was also in a band, and he introduced me to the band. So freshman year is when I kind of joined the band, and Jordan, he was the other guitar player. He was working out down the street here at this place called OSP, and that's where all the local baseball players, aspiring college and professional baseball players, any athlete that wanted specific training would sign up there for $250 for 8 weeks, and Monday, Wednesday, Friday after school. And you would go. There was 2 coaches, and they would strength and condition you, get you prepped for agility, speed, explosiveness, and stuff like that. So he was signed up for that, even though he didn't play sports. He just played guitar, but his mom wanted him to do it to stay in shape. But he was ripped, bro. 6-pack. Okay. So when I'm 8th grade and I come into high school, I'm like, damn, all these fine girls like this guy Jordan. This guy Jordan's got the 6-pack, man. And I'm like, what do you do? Right? So he was like, I do this place called OSP after school. So of course I signed up like day one. I was like, put me in. Yeah. So I started training with all of the athletes pretty much, and even though I didn't play sports at all, but I was always the coach would like me a lot because I would literally go till I'd throw up every day. I'd really like leave it all there, even though I was terrible at like not really coordinated and just not really good at it. But I eventually became like the guy in the class that like he would put me up. Like I got really good at the stuff we were doing over the years, and I kind of like graduated from there into bodybuilding training. Yeah. So I just wanted to get bigger arms and shit.
That's what I was going to ask. What it kind of exposed you to training, but you kind of answered that. Because it's usually a lot of people's sports is where they first get exposed to working out. But anyway, did training there actually get you girls?
The confidence from the training got me girls. Yeah. I don't think the training got me girls. Don't think it has any impact now. Yeah. I'm like trying to cut down for summer right now. And last night me and my now wife Heidi, we just went to Whole Foods, grabbed our groceries, and grabbed some bottles of wine. And I was like, babe, I'm leaning down for summer shredding, like no wine. And she was like, I like you. Just like, I'm like, man, what's the whole point of even getting shredded?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't even like you.
It makes you contemplate, but I didn't have that glass of wine, man. Nope.
You didn't do it?
Nope, didn't do it.
Self-control, nice.
Yeah.
But a lot of people think it's like, dude, you must get crazy girls. I was like, nope, it's not the physique that gets any type of girls.
The physique gets like the men.
Gets dudes.
Yeah, it gets dudes. Muscles. It's more personality, more humor that gets the girls. Yeah, I would say. But
of course you say that. It's funny you say that because you just so happen to do funny.
No, we had Max on yesterday, and I kind of related to him because he said he was single like all the way to his 30s.
Oh, he was single for a long time.
Yeah,
no, he like gave up and he started making it a joke in his vlogs, right?
Yeah.
He'd be like, yep, still no girlfriend, whatever, and kind of laugh about it.
Pretty sure Heidi linked them up.
Really?
Yeah, Heidi linked Taylor and Max up. I'm pretty sure.
Oh shit,
nice.
90% sure.
Yeah, wingman.
Oh yeah,
wingwoman.
But congrats on the wedding, by the way.
Yeah, congrats on all that.
What was it? Where'd y'all have it at?
Grand Cayman, the Cayman Islands.
How was that?
Perfect. That's like our spot, man. We go almost like probably once every 2 years or so. Told her I loved her there for the first time, so we wanted to do it there. And we were lucky enough to have like all the family there, all of our parents and everything, even some grandparents and stuff were there. So it was dope.
That's awesome. How's the married life treating you?
I really didn't think, I wasn't like I'm gonna get married guy. I was like, I wasn't like I'm not gonna do it, but I was always like, no, yeah, whatever. If it happened, yeah, cool. But like, it wasn't until
if it happens.
If it happens, like, but then after like 6 years of dating, she was like, yo, come on, like, what are we doing? And so I was like, oh shit, okay, because we were both always kind of like, she has her own business, she has so much of her own stuff going on, and I was really like in the growth, like not even growth, bro, just trying to survive like from COVID all the way until like 2023, get this place open, and really kind of put myself in a 3-year sort of bender per se with all the stuff I took on.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's almost we had a serious conversation. It was all right. I'm fucking ready. So I bought a ring, and and honestly, it's had a very surprising impact on like everything in a good way.
Right.
So I really didn't think it'd be a different feeling, but I think like, I don't know, maybe I think for the girl, it's such a different type of feeling, like having that security, and it just like, it feels like so much more of like a fluid team and stuff. I don't know. It's good.
You think it enhanced the relationship?
Like, I recommend it. Yeah.
Yeah, you recommend it? That's awesome. No, I love that.
Yeah.
It's good to hear, obviously. But was like obviously you got to the point where she's like, I have to have the conversation, right? And
yeah,
like,
we were watching the Ultimatium on Netflix. Oh. Bro, she wanted to put that on, and I was like, yeah, it had just come out. So we were watching it, and like all of a sudden, like episode 2, in the middle of the episode, she like pauses it, and she's like, And she was like serious. I was like, oh shit. All right. I was like, okay, it's time to have this conversation.
You knew it was coming?
Oh yeah. It was pretty point blank, you know?
Yeah.
But no, I'm happy we did because then it kind of like, sometimes once you're in a routine, you're kind of like not really thinking about something. I don't know. I didn't really. It's different. It depends on the girl. Like if the girl always expresses it, and like if that's really something she talks about a lot and stuff, like but Heidi wasn't.
Right.
She was always kind of like go with the flow, like, you know, when it happens kind of deal, and didn't really bring it up a lot until that show.
Yeah.
And then and then it all changed, bro.
Damn.
good.
In a good way.
That's good. That's awesome.
She has a successful company herself, correct?
Yeah.
You ever get like friendly competition?
I mean, we're direct competitors, you know, which is wild.
True.
That is kind of wild.
It is wild.
Because like Alphalete's huge on the female side of things too.
Yeah,
right?
now
And
it
then-
is.
Yeah, now it is.
And she's all female.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, we've had a few color palettes that are kind of similar around similar times. I'm not gonna lie. It's like, oh, you're doing a hot pink this summer too. Okay, you know?
Okay. Like,
Okay. Who? Do you see my design board or what?
Yeah. But did like any like subtle beef ever happen? Like competitiveness? Not really.
I think because the brands are so different.
Yeah.
Like so different, and because we've never actually like. She definitely talks way more. She like vents business stuff way more than I like. I kind of like to just listen and like not really bring up the business shit that happens as much. But I don't know. We've never like. You know, if you're intentionally like trying to like work with someone to like build something, or we've never like fed off of each other for our own business. So it's always been like relationship. So it's like she had her business before I even started dating her. I had mine. We kind of met that way, and so it always sort of stayed that way, keeping that separate.
That's good.
Which is why I think it works.
Hell yeah.
Because if we would have like started, if I was like, hey, or she was like, hey, you should really start your brand. I have my brand. What if you? And she started helping me there, and like that would get messy, you know. But we both were like on our paths already, and we kind of, just sort of, I don't know.
It's worked out.
Yeah.
Happier than ever.
Happier than ever. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Gotta get you.
Yeah.
I'm looking.
gotta.
No, I mean, I'm chilling right now. I've probably been single for only a year, so it's not like Max where it's been like a decade or something.
Yeah.
So it's only been about a year. So I'm taking my time because this is the most busiest I've ever been. So I'm really head down, focusing on what I got in front of me.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but if it happens, it happens. Yep.
I mean,
Way to make me feel bad.
No,
No, I'm just
it's just something you got to think about. It's just something you got to think about.
it's wild, bro. I really think like for any like single people listening, it's like the time that you're talking about right now, whenever those opportunity windows open, it's like you go full in on those opportunities, like full pedal to the metal. And it's wild that like the way the universe ends up working, it's like if you do that, you're going to attract like leveled up people.
Yeah.
That'll just be and it ends up, there's never a bad time to like improve your own circumstances and stuff.
Correct.
It only ends up being a better scenario.
Right.
So it's like, just keep fucking going full on. The more you don't look, the more like you kind of attract in a weird way.
Right. Yeah. Awesome.
Makes
So,
sense.
I mean, you've hit so many goals. Not to bring it up, but you had a go of going pro.
Oh, yeah.
Is that still something you want to achieve?
That's a good question. You know, right now, I'm in such a different state of mind, different priorities right now. I gave it everything. I had 2 attempts last year, came in 5th place at both, I think. I already forgot.
Yeah.
I think 5th place at both national ones, which was like, honestly pretty shocked that I was able to do that.
That's good.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, shit, I thought I'd get like 8th, 9th. You know, shit. I'm not gonna lie, because like it's just such a different level of competition. But right now it's like ended up finding out that my sperm production isn't where it needs to be. You know, now we're married. Now we're looking to have a kid, and so like that's like all the number one priority right now to get that going. Pro card's put on the back burner. So it's like I don't know if it'll be. It's not like a throbbing goal of mine to, you know, that I think about every day and stuff like that. But the reason I even made that goal like a public goal was really because I I've competed at like 10 shows, all for YouTube, pretty much like for YouTube and just for my personal, like, let me see if I can get a better physique this time. I would document it. They get a lot of views on YouTube, and like it was kind of my thing.
Right.
And but literally, like I think I qualified to go compete at nationals maybe like 7 times, but I never even knew how the system worked because I really didn't give a fuck because I thought I would just get washed at the show.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I would get demolished. Like these guys are so big, so ripped. Like I'm a local competitor kind of guy. And then I guess whenever like I made that goal public, I just was like, why am I thinking like that? Like I want to see if I can actually like challenge myself to be an athlete for the first time in my life. And like, so that's why I made the goal and gave it 2 shots, but we'll see.
Oh yeah. You got bigger goals than mine. That's good.
Yeah. Which need the attention now. I'm kind of good at like shifting
Focus.
Yeah. If I need to shift focus for a time frame and kind of like reevaluate, like I think I'm pretty good at that.
That's good. Have you always wanted to, like the dad life, or just something?
Oh yeah. I like kids a lot.
How many do you want?
2, 3.
2, 3?
Yeah, probably 2.
That's about right.
Probably 2.
Yeah, probably 2.
2 boys, 1 girl.
1 boy, 1 girl.
One boy, 1 girl.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'd say I'm kind of the same right there. 2 to 3. Kind of want 3. I'd like 2 guys, 1 girl. The 2 guys could look out for my daughter.
That's
good.
specific.
And then take off the stress. In the perfect world, it would be guy, girl, guy, and then it should be protected. And I'd be like, all right, make sure never have to stress.
Hell yeah.
Do you have siblings?
1 brother.
1 brother?
Yeah,
Older?
tiny, younger.
Younger.
So I have a tiny family, and then Heidi's got like a massive family, like 6 brothers and sisters. They have like 17 nieces, like kids, and I had to memorize every one of the names, bro. When I started dating, I was like, okay, first family Christmas, I was like studying on the plane. I was like, all right, fucking, I need 25 people, line them up. Let me see. Let me pop quiz. But I don't know. With kids, it was more so like I didn't realize I really enjoyed kids that much until like I was doing guitar lessons and kind of like working with kids and stuff. I really, I don't know. I enjoy like teaching kids, so I feel like I'd like being a parent.
Yeah, 100%.
That's good. That's awesome.
That'd be a good role model.
That's gonna be awesome that they could just go back and watch everything that their dad did, like growing up.
Yeah, I'll do the cringy clickbait. Like, oh my god.
Right.
You could probably find some good ones.
That's gonna be dope.
Clickbait king, bro.
Yeah. That's what you had to do though for the long form stuff. Like
it was. It kind of ended up.
It was a battle.
Yeah, kind of like biting me in the ass then, because it's like you almost like desensitize your followers a lot with all that clickbait for so many years.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll say one thing. It definitely works, because I still remember some titles that you had. I was like, dude, I got to see this.
Yeah.
But if you will never be as bad as Greg Doucette, so it's okay.
But you really be bad with it?
Yeah,
It'd be like
but
complete lie.
I get it from it, like, it'll be, I don't know. It's like a little tiny part of the video. But anyway, I mean that's what you do.
That's what you clickbait. You clickbait the one thing you like. I don't know.
That's
you
marketing, man.
It's like, as long as you do like you acknowledge something in the beginning that's related to the title, I feel like you're kind of good.
Yeah, as long as you like mention it. Yeah.
We do it sometimes, like OnlyFans. Boom! Now we can put OnlyFans in and tell people are like, let's click on it.
Bro, if you put I've done like an OnlyFans like link, like pretending it's a link, and like that's the best way to get people to click, bro. You need people to really click on something.
We talked about that before.
What's the emoji that like represents it the best?
What?
Like when people link it, they'll put it in the
plum.
It's not the plum though. There's another emoji.
I would agree with him. It's the plum.
Sure, but it's not though. Like I'm telling you.
Eggplant.
No,
is it like a face?
It's the come on, guys. It's like the link look, like the, you know what I'm talking about?
Like the little paper clip.
Yeah, maybe it's the paper clip or something.
The like actually it looks like a chain link.
Shit, you know what? I don't know.
It could be like a lock, like an unlock, like emoji,
like that. You know? I'm thinking of something specific, and you're looking at me like I'm like wrong. You're judging.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
I'm
just waiting for you to figure it out.
Emoji would be.
No, but we were talking about that. I think one podcast is like, so I get the DMs pretty frequently. OF ? It's
like, dude, just start one already. I'm like, bro, I don't even post like TZ shit. Like I'm not I just posted
Like, I
myself in
don't-
a red polo.
Except for that, like, except for those like 3 times, you know. Like,
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, yo, chill.
No,
Like,
like
the one
me.
time I don't flex my quads.
I don't even think I ever posted in my underwear. Like, because I'm not a bodybuilder, so why do I have to do that?
I used to straight up train in my underwear and think nothing of it, like on my old YouTube, because I was in my hot ass garage and I'd have compressions and I'd just train like that, and I didn't think it would, like, I didn't intentionally try to attract, like, you know, that kind of.
some G for P.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know?
bro.
Yeah, no, I would just dead ass was like, oh, this is hardcore, dude. It's like 90 degrees. Like, dude, I'm squatting. Like, it was, looking back at it, I kind of wish I never did it. But like at the time, I just thought like I was just training, dude.
Bro, back in like the early years of YouTube,
Yeah.
like G for P was a thing. It was a thing.
It was a big thing.
I used to get people like, hey, can I pay you on the side instead of training?
Yeah.
Okay, are you down to? Nah. Just no response.
Yeah.
Just send me some used clothes. Like
Underwear was cute. Yep.
Yeah, that's
Nah.
crazy. Let me get
yeah.
you used
private
socks.
flexing video.
Yep.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
That's what's up.
But a
No,
lot
but
of
I'll do your
people
macros.
Nah, a lot of people in this space get fucked with that. At least used to. You know what I mean? A lot of people get.
Not literally.
What? Yeah. Yeah.
With OF or what?
No,
What
I
do you
just mean, I don't know. You know, the G for P.
Oh.
You know what I mean? People do it, and they're just like, oh, like, yeah, it's probably, you know, never see the light of day.
It lives there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's where you. It sucks. No,
Right.
I'm not thinking of anything specific, but I'm just thinking about it in general. It's just like, shit, you know? Well,
Got a lot of knowledge on that topic.
All
Yeah,
that
I'm like,
$400.
somebody here has done something with it.
Oh, no. I'm just being honest. Like, no, I thought I was just one of the guys that got hit up the most. I was like, dude, why is my followers not, like, into the lifting? Like, I would get, like, I was, like, self-conscious for a while. I was putting out so many YouTube videos, and I'm just like, dude, like, I feel like I got no normal fans. It's all just creepy old dudes hitting on me.
Oh, you had a lot then. I only had a few.
Yeah, no, I had a lot.
Damn.
Like, they were always, like, you know, like, not, like, well, my following wasn't huge then, but, like, you know, it took up most of it. And that was aggravating for me.
Maybe like when you're getting off the ground, that's kind of when mine was too, like getting off the ground. Maybe that's when like the people looking for that,
Yeah.
they kind of like, maybe they like poach like, hey, this guy's new. Like, let me see if I can.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
Maybe, for sure. I don't know.
Absolutely. I wanted to actually.
Anyways.
Yeah,
Anyways,
off that. Let's
only to get off.
transition.
But yeah, so your first, well, not your first gym, but your successful one was Alphalete. It was called Alphalete Gym, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And what was the process of building this empire? It just, man, I don't think there's anything like it. Like just coming upstairs right here is insane. But what was the process? Because didn't you have some struggles with COVID?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So I was able to get, believe it or not, like being in Texas, so just being real, the cost I got for this whole property, it's 18.5 acres, but the deal was because the company before it went bankrupt, so the bank owned the whole thing for like 5 years. So I was able to get the price down like pretty fair, like very fair. But the deal was you couldn't buy like just this first build. You couldn't buy like a chunk of it. You had to buy the whole thing. And the caveat to like a low price for the whole thing was the upkeep, because it's so much land, your property taxes, everything is like 6 figures a month just to keep it running. Damn. So that's the cap. It's like a low purchase price. Like if I were to try to get this in California or Florida, it would be you just can't.
Yeah.
You can't unless you go super, like you just can't. Period.
Yeah.
So it's like this business model, this like wow factor and size and all this only really works because of this very unique scenario of how I got in for a really good price. And I also like, honestly, like it's, this first building is 70,000 square feet, like gym 1, but it's also all of our Alphalete headquarters. And so, which honestly, it's still too much space upstairs. Like we're not utilizing every square inch, but it was kind of like, all right, let me just make the jump and just like look at this, like the permanent thing. Cause up until this point for Alphaland, I'd really like hopped leases like from 2013, 14, every year or 18 months or 2 years. I was like, okay, we got to move my shit, get a little bit bigger. Let me go from 5,000 to 10,000 to 15,000. And then really like I was just paying so much rent that it was like, all right, it makes sense to build and make something our own and just start putting my money to where it's not going to be wasted.
Right.
So that's kind of how I looked at it, and like really took the idea of if you're going to do something and put your name to it and be permanent, just fucking do it right. Like do what you got to do to be sure you get the fixtures you want, the lights that you want, the stain on the concrete floor that you want. If you're going to build a front desk, I don't want to build another one in 5 years. Like, let me just really think out what I want for truly the one I want. Mm-hmm. Like how does like this permanent kind of place look? Which ended up costing me a shit ton of money, way more than I anticipated. But now it's like, I'm proud of it. I'm proud of every inch of this place.
Yeah, should be. It's amazing.
Yeah. Thank you.
Did you build it with the mindset like, this is where the influencers are gonna come? Because a lot of influencers come here. Clearly.
Yeah. Like literally,
moved.
Like literally, there was
People
like
moved to be here.
Yes.
You know?
I would build it like all the rows are planned out to have enough space in between, like to be able to put tripod. Like the mirrors are outside on gym 2 to not clog up the dumbbell area, give influencers area out there. Just like, I hate the word influencer, but like just
I do too.
Like now it's if you're like the person that's like nagging about the camera, in the next 5 to 10 years, there's gonna be tripods at every damn gym.
Yep.
Even the corporate ones, and so it's like if you don't adapt there, so I'm just trying to get ahead of it, honestly, and like find a way to make it not overwhelming, but like that is the thing now, man.
It's funny because I come from a very small town. I was the first person to bust out a tripod in my gym. Now it's normal.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's interesting how much has come. It could be annoying to some people, but at the same time,
I get it. Like it is. I mean, I get it.
Yeah, 100%.
I understand as long as you're mindful about it. Like I would never, even back then, I would never get someone in my background. I'll go in the corner and do it. But I get it.
Yeah, no, I'm always like, I'm in your way. You're not mine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the first thing I always say when someone's like apologizing to me if I'm in like filming something too. But yeah, no, you're right though. Like 5-10 years from now, it's just gonna be tripods everywhere, and gyms are gonna evolve to like have space for them probably.
Yeah, like every corporate gym's gonna have in the waiver, I acknowledge I may be in the background of an iPhone video, because if they don't, they're gonna be legally fucked, right? So it's like, and if you don't like, it's just like keeping up with the times, I guess. And it's because I dealt with the issue like in the 2013, 14, 15, like I made my gym to where at any stage filming was always welcome. And I just kind of carried that rule over pretty much. Yeah.
I mean,
so it's really nothing revolutionary. It's just like, okay, I'm a YouTuber, so let me be sure we can film.
True.
Anyone else can film. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, feel free.
Do you ever plan on maybe doing another Alphalete at a different location? Maybe not to this extent, but
100%. I would but when I came up, maybe a year and a half ago, I kind of listed these 10 big goals. IFBB Pro was one. Building multiple gyms around the world was one. And I gave myself a timeline of like over the next 10 years, I'm going to commit to these 10 things. So expansion of this place in like a few locations is definitely something I want to do. I would compact it down to like at least have like an AC gym, go through an area, no AC gym, and it'd have like a sports area outdoor and like some outdoor area. And they'd be more compact depending on the city, depending on the rent and scenario. But it's just like I'm not even putting my brain there until I get another few years here under my belt and kind of get the systems and get the work structure and get like what really works down with the people that I'm going to be like relying on to help me expand first. Because like it's like trying to run before I can really like confidently walk. Yeah. And I think I made a lot of mistakes they're not mistakes, but like in my 20s, I've started a lot of things in businesses thinking like, oh, like things are hot right now. I'll be able to tackle, I'll be able to do it. But I really like wasted so much money in so many different, by not like giving myself time to kind of get my footing. So now it's like, I feel like I'm wiser to one day, yes, soon, no,
Yep.
What would your first state in mind be?
First state?
Yeah.
I would do Florida, Chicago,
exactly
one in Canada, because we're big in Canada, like but they're so expensive.
Yeah.
Canada. And then and one honestly, like New York, New Jersey area would be dope.
Talk about expensive.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you won't get a lot of space for a lot, but.
And it's hard because I don't want to be the person charging $200 a month. Like we charge $94, $99 a month, and that's it, month to month.
Yeah.
And you get everything.
That's not bad.
No.
A little small local one's $50.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
a
seriously,
pretty good
actually.
deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's over 50 where I live, and yeah, we're talking about your lobby's bigger, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, you got a lot to offer, man, for $100 a month.
Yeah.
That's sick. I mean, as you can see.
I think this is the most fun business out of all of them.
You think?
The gym, yeah. The gym growth and like thinking back to like what I want to eventually do is like kind of I said like the OSP when I would do that training for like in high school. I want to pretty much like even when I was doing that training, I knew I wanted to do exactly that for a living, and then it kind of got sidetracked into like this online stuff. So like one day I do want to build like a training area here that's like not in the gyms, and maybe like a sports specific kind of thing, and like work with like younger kids and stuff apart from the gym, like somewhere here on property, and like do that and like be able to go and, you know, help with form and kind of help just like in those classes, because that's what really helped me and kind of sparked me. And like that coach Mike Pindle that I had there like really like, you know, really got me out of my shell a ton. So I feel like it'd be dope to do that here.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
That would be.
Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously you're
Go back to the roots.
Yeah. That's all life is, man. It's like grow stuff and then go back to the root. Grow stuff and go back to the root.
true. And you're going to make mistakes along the way.
Yeah.
I think everyone does. But very busy guy. You got a lot going on. How do you wind down? How do you relax? What do you do for fun?
Yeah.
I watched a lot of TV, bro.
Yeah.
Watch
Okay.
a lot of shows.
So we asked a couple of people that. What would be like your top 3 shows?
Current ones.
Current ones, I'm watching The Boys.
Yeah, attaboy. Attaboy.
Love The Boys.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Season 4 is it's kind of
The story isn't as intriguing. I just love seeing Homelander on the
Yeah,
screen.
yeah.
Like, everyone wants to see him, A-Train, and the Deep's been pretty good. He's funny now.
I was just watching the episode 4 like this morning, like
Yeah.
early. I woke up so early because the time change from Alaska. And I'm just like, I love it. So anything like that, I would say. We're watching the Game of Thrones show, like the House of Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
That's always good.
That's like a new thing?
That's the season. It's like the second, other than Game of Thrones. It's like the new one.
Oh, okay.
Season 2 just came out, and then Dexter's a really good one.
Yeah.
Dexter's like a
yeah?
really good
I
show.
finished that, and I finished the spinoff.
The new one.
Yeah, the New Blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's Dexter about?
Dexter, he's a serial killer, but he's like the main guy. But he only kills bad people.
Another good one's Power. Have you seen that?
I haven't seen that one.
Anything with like drugs and like anything with like drugs, sex, like that. That's like that's it.
Yeah, I like the raw shit.
Yeah.
Like, I like the. Is it real? Is it based on like true events? What you're watching?
Power. It's like
It's just a show.
the number one drug dealer in New York, also a club owner, like
Oh, that
on the
sounds hard,
side
bro.
kind of vibe.
That sounds
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, they mob, kill people and shit.
Is that Netflix?
It's on. I think it's on Prime. It's on Stars actually.
What?
Yeah, and it's so annoying.
So what do you have a
Right.
Stars account?
I would do on Prime.
Oh, you could see it through.
You can
Prime.
buy them on Prime, yeah.
I get hit with the ads.
But they're free on Stars. Yeah, it's
I get YouTube TV, and then I just keep adding shit onto
bro,
it.
it's like $80 a month.
Yeah.
YouTube TV. I just canceled my subscription.
Why is it so expensive?
I don't know.
Honestly, they have a lot of good stuff on there, but at the same time, I do think it's a little overpriced.
Yeah.
What kind of other
I
stuff do
still
they
pay
have?
it.
A music? Which they have music. They offer you music. What you can watch?
I don't know why I
Movies.
got it. I was watching something. I forgot what it was.
That's kind of
Anyway, fun fact: I added on. I believe I think it was an HBO subscription just to watch the new Dexter.
That one's worth it.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
I think it was the new Dexter thing.
Dexter. Damn.
Yeah, you need to watch it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
You also need to
That
watch
one's like
the.
$14.99 a month. I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, these fucking subscriptions.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
bro.
add up.
God damn.
Damn.
Hulu's been popping off too.
Yeah. Hulu's
Really?
coming back.
Yeah, Hulu's coming
I
back.
think it died for a little bit. Now it's
Yeah.
back up.
I'm kind of like the person like to wind down. Even if I'm like winding, I don't really just like sit and watch something. I kind of like, I like dabble with my fucking Game Boy, put a show on, like kind of be talking, but just like chilling.
Yeah.
Just like being around the house with Nala, you know, just like, I don't know, kind of, I'm pretty good at when I'm kind of fried for the day. I don't look at my phone. So I'm not kind of like scrolling and just like, I'm able to just like play my guitar, just kind of like linger around the house, I guess.
Yeah, it's
That's
kind of
like
multiple things, just like chilling. Yeah, I like that.
But like multiple things. You can't just do one thing because I get too like antsy.
Yeah, me too. Like
You
I
know?
can't just like. I mean, I could. Like when then the new episode drops tonight.
Oh damn.
I'm gonna watch it uninterrupted, but I know what you mean by that. Kind of just setting the mood. Like you're ready, like to diffuse. You throw your phone, you turn on the TV to something you like on it, and then you kind of just vibe in.
You know what else has like really helped me kind of not start my days in like a kind of stressed out state is honestly just like waking up a little bit earlier, but not to pull the laptop out and like, you know, work. Literally just to kind of take the mornings slow for like an hour and a half to 2.5 hours to kind of just like, I'll wake up early. I don't have a problem waking up early, but I'll just like maybe, you know, put something on TV, actually like watch some TV, or even like just take my time with my coffee and shit and just like kind of just take Nala for a good long walk. Like, but those first like few hours, if I don't just like open my work, I feel way more like ready for the day.
It's
you
good.
know what I mean?
That's what I start every morning go off with a coffee. And so a lot of times I'll just throw on YouTube, sip on my coffee.
Yeah.
Before I start hopping on my phone and, you know,
trying to work and
yeah,
shit.
work.
Almost like get to the point where like, all right, like now I'm like bored and now I feel like I'm not productive. So like you want to like do it maybe. Is that what it is? Like instead of like setting it up where like you just didn't give yourself enough time to like get everything done, now you're just anxious. You're waking up like anxious.
Yeah, like
versus like if you give yourself enough time, you're like, oh, it's only whatever time, and then you're just like, all right, I can do this, and you're kind of going through the motions.
It's like then when you turn it on, you're really like ready to turn it on.
Yeah,
so it's like,
Yeah,
but
right.
not like scrolling and stuff like that. But it's more so like just, I don't know, just literally cooking breakfast without phone, you know, throwing something on, just like living the life for like 2 hours without the device.
Yeah.
Like really not taking the phone on the walk with Nala, like just kind of truly like putting the phone away for the first like little bit of time in the day really makes a huge difference. Because like when you do go and pick it up, you're dressed, you're showered, you're ready, you've already eaten, and then like I'm just like so much more efficient, and I'm not wasting time on my phone. Like I don't like to just wait. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just scroll
Yeah, that makes
mindlessly.
a lot of sense.
Yeah. You
We
said
still do, but
right. You said Game Boy. What do you play?
bro, Pokemon all day.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of started this like I went and bought the Game Boy Color recently, like last year during prep. Like the old one.
Not even like the PS, not even like the.
And I bought the Color, then I bought the DS.
No, there's like a
and then the
SP.
3DS.
There's a SP.
The one that was just which is as a square, and then you just open it.
So I bought. I literally I bought all the pretty much all the games, and I wanted to go in order. So I bought the Game Boy Color, and I bought like the yellow Pokemon Yellow. Played it all the way through. And then I graduated, and once I got those
They're not
ones
even short
done,
games.
I went to like Gold, and then I went to the 3D, like the square one.
Yep.
Beat Emerald. So I'm kind of like just taking like my
Emerald,
time
man.
to just like fucking play them again.
Emeralds with the Rayquaza, whatever. Yeah, that was beast.
It's just like mind numbing stuff. That it's like so simple of a game, but it's like I like doing that when I'm just like in downtime or like.
Like a year ago, I had my brother-in-law, my sister. They had like before we moved, they had like a bunch of our old devices, and I grabbed it. I just never got into it. I think I had like the Sapphire or the blue one, not the green, not Emerald, but I really wanted to get into it. Like for that same reason, just to have something like chill to do instead of like just being on your phone.
It's like nostalgic growing up with it and then like revisiting it like so many years later.
Yeah.
I think that's why it's kind of dope. Like I was such a fan as a kid, you know?
I gotta get more games because Ghost actually they did a collab with.
Yeah, I
FaZe.
didn't get that box. I was like, yo.
Yo.
I didn't get that box.
I won't lie, that's one of the
get
coolest
lost.
packages I got.
Yeah.
So not to
must be a different tier of athlete or something.
Not to brag, but I got it. I
Because he
was
has
like,
1.6 on YouTube, man.
I was like, wow, this
It only goes
cool.
to people with 1.1 and over.
Shit's fucked up.
No, but what was I gonna say? Anyway,
Pokemon. I don't know what you're gonna say either, bro.
Nope, I forgot.
Ghost box.
I forgot. Anyway, I was gonna say something about. Are we good on time?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna.
Are we good on time?
That's what I was looking at. CJ just texted us. Got my mind boggled. But we were giving away. You want to give away some tubs of this?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. You got to come up with what the people need to comment. We're going to be giving away the new formula of Ghost. By the time this pod comes out, this will be the new improved formula, now with 300 milligrams of caffeine. And what do you want them to comment?
Comment the wolf emoji.
The wolf emoji.
That's
there you
all.
go.
Of course.
Comment the wolf emoji, and we'll pick 3 to 5 winners, whatever we get cleared on. But
3 to 5.
yeah, there you go. Spam it. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. No, 100%.
Right.
Don't want to miss out. That's a great opportunity, guys. Everyone loves something that's free, right?
But I also wanted to bring that up because you're a loyal guy. How long you been with Go? I mean, we talked about it earlier.
I
But
signed in 2015, but they launched the company in 2016.
damn, so
So-
close to a decade.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
That's what pisses me off.
I swear I'm only 31.
But you had multiple collabs. I didn't ask you earlier. What were your flavors? Because did you have to create one of your own flavors?
Pretty much always, I just like revert back to some variation of lemon lime or like blue lime or like lemonade.
Yeah.
It's just like that's just all I like, pretty much.
Yeah,
those are
your,
good
your,
flavors,
your
though.
focus one was cherry limeade, correct?
Lemonade.
What it was lemonade?
Yeah, always lemonade for me.
It was straight lemonade.
Yeah. Yeah.
He doesn't believe
Nice.
you. You can
No,
tell
I
he's
swear.
like, it's definitely with cherry lime.
I was just wrong.
Maybe.
It's
I
like
don't know.
and Dan and Ryan always like loop back and be like, bro, we need something a little more creative. I'm like, yo, you're asking me what I like. I like lemonade flavor or lime flavor stuff, like a Sprite, and then I like chocolate and vanilla protein.
Yeah.
Like I don't
Yeah.
need no crazy cookie crumbles, anything. You know, I'm just pretty simple with that. You know.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, what's your guilty pleasure?
Go-to pleasure, bro. You know, I could eat endless. If I could do one food, survive on forever, straight up butter noodles and like salt and Parmesan cheese. Like I could
Yeah.
down easy. I used to down a box, like a 7-serving package of pasta.
Yeah.
Before bed in high school to try to get big.
Yeah.
And like I would just do that every day, and I just love it.
That's funny, dude. My mom used to make that butter noodles,
Mm-hmm.
and I would just smash it. Also, another thing that my roommate thought it was weird the other day. I do like I don't put a shitload of butter, but like butter toast and just ground meat. And I just fold it up in a sandwich, eat it like that.
For a box of pasta is 49 grams of protein, right?
Yeah.
If you
What?
can eat the whole box, but like, I wouldn't need a lot. I wouldn't do sauce or anything. I would just do butter, salt,
Yeah.
peppers, easy. And just like
Raw dog, no sauce.
yeah,
the pasta alone.
Yeah,
The
just
whole box
butter.
was 49 grams of protein.
yeah. 7 times 7. That's 49, right?
Yeah. Good math.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's a lot
He
of
said he
food,
wasn't
though.
smart. He's a smart guy.
Yeah, it's 49. That's dope. We used to race with those numbers in school. Remember, they give you the worksheet. It'd be like it would scramble it all up, and it would be like 1 through 12, and you'd have different. You
I
don't
have
know?
no idea what you're talking about.
Never mind.
I was about to say, what are you?
You don't remember taking that like in like I don't know 5th grade? He knows. He knows what I'm saying. Yeah, the times tables.
Timetables.
From
Oh.
like you'd be like 1 times 5 or
Oh, yeah, yeah.
5 times 5 and 5 times 7 and 7 times 6 and 6 times 12 and you'd have to know them all and you get time for 60 seconds. You
I don't
never
think in
did that?
Texas they did it that way.
Yeah, I feel like you were the type to finish.
We had
first
to
in
to
class.
multiply and carry the number over. I don't know.
No, it was quick math. You didn't have to do it on like whatever, dude. That's kind of like a boring topic. No one gives a shit about this.
Have you seen? I was expanding. Have you seen like I think it's in how they teach multiplication, like in China with like they move like like lines and shit.
Yep.
I'm
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
I don't
That's
know.
just mind blowing.
They have a different
It's
method.
like they literally like draw if it's 3 times 2, 3 lines, and then they'll do like 2 lines horizontal, and it's like however many intersections.
They'll start
I've seen
doing-
that.
I'm
I
like,
think.
what
I
the
was like,
fuck?
yeah.
How does
crazy.
math work like that?
I don't know.
I'm too dumb for that.
They're very advanced. We're talking about that, dude. Language. Yeah, you know another language by chance?
Maybe like 50% Spanish.
Yeah, I think we were looking at what was it? Arabic.
Yeah, no. So there was someone sitting next to me on the plane in Arabic. I was like, holy shit! Like, how does someone like learn that? Like, how to read that? It's just like scribbles. Like, you know, it's not even like.
When you think about the start of every language, it's like, man,
No, it blows my mind.
how the hell did they come up with anything?
Yeah.
Do you believe it? Do you believe it all started from something like everyone just like?
It's like,
I don't know.
I'm gonna say the same thing, you know?
Yeah. Dude, I don't know. That blows my mind. I'm happy I was born, and I was happy when I was born, man. Damn, trying to build this earth from the ground up. Forget about it.
Another question we like to ask every guest. You might have played it before. Super Smash Bros.
Oh yeah.
Attaboy.
Who's your go-to character?
Bro, my email from my first email and username for any online video game was Chaotic Fox. So I was the Star Fox. I was always Fox, yeah.
Max said the same thing.
Wow.
No way, really?
Yeah,
Max said he was a
I
Fox
think
guy.
you're the first to say Fox.
Oh shit.
I think like once we get through a certain amount of episodes, we want to take everybody's answer
Hell
and like
yeah.
just make a compilation. But
100 every single time, Star Fox.
yeah,
Even like the Star Fox, was it Star Fox or Fox?
I think it was just
straight up
Fox.
Fox.
Fox. All those games were just like so fun. The actual Fox.
The
games.
ones where you
100%.
fly around.
Yeah.
Yeah. We used to play that.
Yeah.
yeah. Fun
I see
fact.
people stream it now on
Really?
like TikTok. I see a bunch of Pokemon streams too. People playing on the Game Boys.
Once I graduate once I beat the next few games I got lined up, I'm gonna get a GameCube.
We
were just looking at
one.
that.
Yeah,
I'm literally gonna buy a refurbished one and just start with some games there. you
Yeah.
know? Those are the good days.
They cost more than they used to.
I know, dude.
Yeah, it's
Because
crazy.
it's so nostalgic, I guess that they did up the price.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we went to a store. It was like I guess a big gaming store, and they had a bunch of they had Nintendo 64s, GameCubes for sale, and I was like, it was pretty expensive, but not too expensive. Depending on how you look at it. What was it, like 200 for a GameCube?
It was like 180.
That's
160.
wild.
Yeah,
It's
but
like an Xbox.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's how we were thinking
But
about it.
GameCube, that was before. That was like the same time PS2 came out, right?
Yeah, that was like after
that was-
Like that's not even a PS3. Like that's older than a PS3, PS4. Now we're on the PS5s and shit.
That was the first one I played. I would play like Mario Party.
any
Shit like that.
device without updates, software updates.
True.
That's where it's at.
True.
That's true, man. I didn't
Yeah,
think about
dude.
that.
I
There was
remember
no such thing
taking-
as any of that.
There's like no disc anymore. I remember taking the disc out, putting toothpaste on it, and like wash it off
Oh,
because it couldn't read because it had scratches on it.
Now when you take the plug-in cord,
Yeah, you have to
or
blow
with
it.
the fucking Nintendo, the old ones, the cartridge, like
Those would get hot
You'd
too.
have to
huh?
fucking blow on those too. You'd think it would work. Or same thing with the Game Boys, all the little games. You know what I'm talking about.
That's true. Nostalgic, but
It's-
yeah, we could probably start wrapping it up.
Where are we at? How much time do we have?
1:20. That's we have a flight tonight, but that's why I keep looking at the time. We're good. But anything else you want to talk about? Anything else you want to any goals you want to put out
Do
there?
we miss anything unique going on that maybe you want to like bring to light?
Man, not really. I enjoyed, like I said, I've been enjoying y'all's stuff really this past year and kind of, been enjoying seeing what y'all are doing. I think it's real creative, and I think it's interesting how we were talking like, I don't know, a little bit of it's like the quick form, short form content. It can be very difficult to build like a solid audience, but like you guys have a really good, solid audience from short form, which is really weird. It's odd.
Thank you.
It is,
But it's rare, which is great because you put unique effort and thought into creating the content you're doing.
Right.
People can I feel like can really kind of identify, or they really like look forward because they know what to kind of expect.
Yep.
And they can assume that they're going to get some sort of delivery from it. And I think it's I don't know, I've been enjoying like making some skits and just more fun, kind of showing personality stuff on YouTube. And I don't know, it's dope. It's like a good new wave.
We also like for short form, we definitely make the longest version of short form though. Like we
Yeah.
maximize like YouTube Shorts. All my videos are a minute. I have to like cut them shorter.
Yeah.
1:30 on Instagram, and then some of them almost hit 2 minutes. So like my skits are short form, but they're also like the longest form of short form before they're like an actual video, I guess, length. So I think that actually helps with the like
same thing.
the audience and stuff like that.
My problem is my videos are like too long for short form. Obviously, I want to take what I'm doing and just make it long form. I want to have like my own TV series.
That'd be dope.
That's what I want to do. Gym related, because there's not much out there. I talk about this a good bit. And I need to stop talking about it. Just do it.
Or else someone's going to take that idea.
Yep.
Yeah, it's hard gathering like where I'm at right now, because I got my boy, my roommate, and my videographer, and that's it. And just if he was there, it'd be a lot easier. But people that are in the same space. What was that?
What's stopping the move?
Honestly, we talked about it a little bit. Nothing's stopping me, but I have family, I have friends, but I don't have a girlfriend. There's nothing really forcing me to be there. So we'll talk about it some more, but a potential move in the future for sure.
This kind of reminds me of like me and Max a little bit, because like when I was in Houston, we were friends like 2013, 14, just online, and we started linking up at expos. Then they started coming to Houston, and I started going to Virginia. It was kind of started like, almost like just friends vibing, but also like filming content together. We didn't do any business together, but we were just like, I don't know. He would start coming down for like multiple weeks at a time, staying at the house and stuff. And we just kind of roll with it and just, make our own content, but it'd be fun and shit. And, I think he's told me this before, but like one of the best decisions he ever made was like just taking that jump and, kind of seeing like where things would take him and just moving everything down here and kind of, it was almost like this little environment community we had growing here. And like, it's almost like whenever things are like they are now for you guys, that's a good time to really strongly consider taking some bold moves. Worst case, you can always move back.
That's true. It's good advice right there. Yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, you just brought up Max and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. I've always noticed that you were very supportive of like the grind and do that big thing and make that big move and all that stuff. And he had like Ever Forward, and he started doing like you guys did Ghost at the same time. I mean, he obviously had his own little gym at the time, but then he moved here. You guys started doing a bunch of stuff together. But like, how is it from your perspective when like, I don't know, he came out with sour strips and it became what it became, I guess.
So like,
I could imagine you're always that supportive friend that was like, yo, do it.
Yeah,
like,
we were literally like the pool table out in VIP. That was at my house for the longest time, like the bachelor pad, before Heidi moved in. And we would literally just like bet so many lunch games. Every game would be a bet for lunch. And so he would owe me like 250 lunches or whatever. And we eventually started betting our furniture again for these stupid pool games. So all the conversations around that table, like sour strips was like the thought there, the company, how am I going to make a candy? It's such a competitive, and like those kind of like just having your GYMBRO where you can like talk through your literal, like it's literally like we would just lift together, talk, shoot the shit.
Yep.
What guys like work out to and like don't pitch crazy ideas that, bro, like what if we like fucking do this? Like that's literally all it was. And that's where even me with my old roommates, like that's how Alphalete was born, shooting the shit. Like, bro, what if I try to make a company like Gymshark? Like, what if
Yeah.
And then like with him, the sour strips combo was like, bro, I think you should fucking go for it, do it. And then like, I don't want to take any credit because he did all of that on his own and took the act, and like it's just doing so great, and just so proud of him, man. But like a lot of times you kind of need to put yourself. It's hard to find like people that you can really shoot the shit with, and then you don't just like hit a blank wall. Because I think a lot of times like with certain personalities and stuff, or even if you just have friends that aren't in the same sort of space, it could be a lot harder to like expand on the idea or kind of like to get to, it's like if you're filming a skit or something, like, and it could be, imagine like how much more leveled up it could be if you just like have someone you're real comfortable with. Like things end up like leveling up if you surround yourself with people that kind of are doing similar, not even doing similar stuff, just have similar like personality, like pushing, you know what I mean?
No, I know exactly what you mean. That's why I hang around this idiot sometimes, like, because it's good though. We're like relating on a lot of things, and like when we say things that sound like crazy, maybe like the when you guys are just shooting the shit, I'm like, well, I also know he's like partially serious too. Like you guys aren't just like saying things, and like you also resonate with like the ideas too. It's not like you're getting Blake stares like, yeah, for sure, we're gonna make a Alpha Land for sure, Christian. You know what I mean? Like I'm not really taking you serious. It's always like, yo, let's fucking do it.
Yeah, no,
you
know
what I mean?
And it's hard to find those people, bro. Like I mean, like pretty much all of my friendships are like people that are very in opposite places of the world, but it's like, you know, they're hard to find. And then as you keep like getting more experience under your belt and you keep kind of progressing and like things are getting better, it's even harder to find. Yeah. So it's It's
always super refreshing when you find someone that, I don't know, thinks like you think.
Has the same mindset.
It's almost like, it has the same mindset, obviously. It's like refreshing though. It's almost like you have like, you like, I don't know, you understand each other, like you're speaking a different language almost sometimes. Because I don't know, because I mean, I'm so lucky to have like supportive friend groups and all that stuff like that. But like, I don't know, whenever we go to expos and you're just linking up with people doing the same thing as you and they're doing good and it's just like great. You know what I mean? Like the energy is crazy and I don't know. It's a cool thing. It's just like a cool thing.
It's a rare thing.
It's a rare thing. Yeah. I mean, I have to go out of my way to find these guys. They're not just like door to door.
And it's like the reality is like if you're in your mid 20s, 30s, it's like people are going to find what they need to be putting their time in and they're going to obviously like do that. So that's why it can be so helpful to find someone in the same genre as you, or else it's like it can be very hard. Like, man, I'd love when I get chances to link up with my high school friends and like college roommates and stuff and like train. We all like love getting catch up, but it's like, and I love hearing about like his life and his problem and like or like things he's working on. But it can be hard to like mutually benefit off of. It's like great to catch up, but if someone's in the same genre, you're almost able to like piggyback a little bit off of like each other's like momentum.
100%.
You know?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Without like it's not like using people, but like it's I don't know, it's just support.
It's just like, I don't know,
it's
reinforcement.
Yeah.
It's like almost like reinforcement, especially if you're on the same page and you align on a lot of things. Like just making, I don't know, kind of just grow your wolf pack. In a sense. I don't know.
Thinking about it, you're the reason we're together, us two, because summer shredding was our first trip. We stayed in a house with like 15 people, and he was the one person that like I really resonated with, and was like, "Yeah, we're gonna continue to do stuff together."
That's why I love the bodybuilding show. It's like the second passion project, is just because so many people can come together and like have the same goal, and people end up meeting so many people, and it really does like, apart from the show and getting on stage, like it really does kind of, in a lot of ways, it could change the trajectory of like what you're doing. It's hard to go somewhere and like be in a group of people that are in very similar hobbies, very similar goals, very similar, like just trying to progress. It is hard to find. So I think that's the cool. People always say like, oh, Alphaland's like, or Summer Shredding is that Alphaland show or whatever. And like, no, fuck it, okay. Like I'm cool with that, because like if that can bring people in the fitness space kind of together, dope. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like a bad thing. It's like community is everything.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think that's awesome. You started something awesome. This is
a lot of things.
Thank you for letting me meet Brodie, because now we're all here together.
That's wild, huh?
It's crazy. It's crazy to think.
Because I don't know what else would have gave people a reason to get a Airbnb and get a group together for what fitness event? You know what I mean? Like random. Like I wasn't competing. I wasn't going to the competition. You know, I was there to basically essentially network. Yeah. So that's the whole concept. It was like, all right, well, let's, you know, collab and make content together and let's get a house together. And obviously you want to have fun, but like, it's pretty cool because there's honestly, I can't really think of like any other attraction other than like expos. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But I never went out of my way, you know, to go to an expo. Yeah. But people went out of their way to come here.
And it's different. It's like expos are like, you may go to like get photos or meet like people. And like kind of, but it's like here, it's like, it's just a different thing. You know what I mean? It's not so much like, let's get in line to meet whoever. It's like, no, it's like the people there who I'm kind of like wanting to, so, you know, network and like meet up with and make content with. And like, I think that's the whole new like wave is like, it's just providing a area for people to do that and grow. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's definitely worked out.
It's the new gen of like a work convention.
Yeah.
Honestly, like everyone like makes careers out of this, so it's like almost like the social media version of
that's
like.
True. Well, that's why people upped and move here to be around people that have the same mindset or like-minded. Yeah. Yeah. So, thank you for that.
Wild. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
But yeah, just congrats on everything, man. You've accomplished so much, and man, it's inspiring. So.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Always been an inspiration. And I don't say that like I say things, and sometimes I don't sound like serious, but I mean that. Like you were definitely like the root of a lot of like my inspiration to keep going through this. You know.
Hell yeah. We're just getting started, man. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that
I
wild?
hope so. Yeah.
It is.
It's like y'all are just like now,
Yeah.
just like it may feel like you've been at it, but like, God, give it like 5 years. You'll be mine. Like, I was saying like before we started, like you're gonna miss the days where it's like just like this.
Yeah.
You know what
Where
I mean?
we have to set up our own tripods
Yeah,
and
it's
cameras.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And this is one of like the OG episodes. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't even know it yet.
How many have y'all done? Like
This will be
This
6,
7?
This could be 18.
18.
Yeah.
My 7, my bad.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Under 20, I'm golden.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Dope.
Well, we appreciate you coming on. We appreciate you running us through your workout. Appreciate you having us here in your
Hell
own
yeah.
office. So
Giving us your time. Yeah.
Of course.
Good energy, man. Honestly, like, had a great time, bro. This was awesome.
We gotta do it again.
absolutely, we're gonna have to run it back. But yeah, anything else you would like to say? Anything you would any message you would like to push? Any last words?
These dudes are gonna do great things, and I can't wait to see what it's gonna be.
Oh man, that's nice.
That was really nice. Thank
Hell
you.
yeah. Well, once again, we appreciate it.
Christian Guzman, ladies and gentlemen.
CG.
We out. That was awesome. Thank you.
Hell yeah.